Well, the situation at Liverpool for Mohamed Salah has been boiling. And guess what? He has finally come out and spoken out loudly about his situation with the manager and Slot. And guess what? It is really one of those stories that came up to break the internet after Liverpool drew 3-3 with the side of Leeds. I told you that in the previous game, because Liverpool went ahead to obviously win, it won't really make a very, very huge alarming. But Salah's gonna hate to obviously make a very good timing. And what's that timing all about? Coming in here and exposing the manager when they've gone ahead to draw points. Because it doesn't make sense when a team wins and you come out and obviously rage. But he has gone ahead to vent in a very particular time and calculated in there. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the name of Rokani David. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's a Sunday and a man known as Mohamed Salah has gone ahead to obviously come out and really vent, and he has obviously poured his heart out to the media after Liverpool drew 3-3 with Leeds, and for the second Premier League game in a row consecutively, he was one of the unused substitutes. That is Mohamed Salah for you. So, having gone ahead to obviously get through that, he was like, I need to come out and obviously speak out my heart. And indeed, he went ahead to speak out his heart. And this is what he went ahead to say before I obviously bring you my breakdown in here onto the Rokani Media Football as you continue to subscribe and smashing the like button close to 100 times. Mo Salah says the relationship with Salah is broken, with the Slot is broken. Said, I had good relations with the manager and all of a sudden, we don't have any relationships. I don't know why. It seems to be me, how I see it. Sometimes someone does not want me at the club. So Salah is like, the manager doesn't want him at the club at the look of things. And a senior player like Salah, a disciplined player, I think something has gone ahead to go wrong in there. Maybe the manager is giving him instructions and Salah is not willing to abide by those instructions. All not. But my worry is, where is this taking Mohamed Salah and his other side? Because all I want to let you know that he is one of the most decorated Liverpool players. He has won them, he has won them the Premier League, twice in there. He won them the Champions League. He has played in like 4 Champions League finals for Liverpool. So, in the recent era, ever since the Premier League started in 1992, I don't think there is a player that has gone ahead to obviously perform like Mohamed Salah and match those performances with winning trophies. That is it. One will say Luis Suarez, Steven Gerrard, but how many trophies did they win? The guy has won 2 Premier League titles. He has won a Champions League. He has played in like 3-4 Champions League finals as Mohamed Salah. He has gone ahead to win Golden Boots, and his game is not, it's not only a team game. It's not only an individual game. He's a guy that plays for the club. Liverpool went ahead to sacrifice Sadio Mane for him, and he has also stood with them because very many clubs came up with big money, offering him like £500,000 of salary a week, and Salah was like, I'm staying. You understand? But this time round, I think the relationship has gone ahead to break with the manager. Salah added and said, I don't know why this happened to me. I don't get it. If I am somewhere else, every club would protect the player. I don't know why I'm in this situation now. I don't think I'm the problem. I have done so much for this club. Obviously, he has done so much for this club, but when a manager is really doing this to a club legend, I think he has support from the board. And the board are like, your time is over and want to get rid of you. That is it. So they are like, we want to throw him under the bus. And obviously, they are using the manager, But the problem of this is, if you don't get results when you throw Salah under the bus, everything will come back at you. The backlash will obviously come back at you. But we wait and see how this will be dealt with by Mohamed Salah and the so-called Club of Liverpool. I say to my parents, come to the Brighton game I don't know if I'm going to play or not, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'll be at Anfield to say goodbye to the fans and go to African Cup. I don't know what's going to happen when I'm here. So, Salah is like, he might even not get a chance to say goodbye to the fans of Liverpool because he knows to it that what he's going to hate to say is really one of those statements that you think the club cannot really keep him here. And he knows that they'll obviously sell him in the January transfer window. The African Cup of Nations starts on, the 21st of December, and Mohamed Salah will be there. And they're supposed to leave around 15th. So Mohamed Salah is like, I'll leave and go to the African Cup of Nations and see to it that all goes on well as planned. But if he says saying goodbye to the fans of Liverpool, has he always gone ahead to say goodbye to them when he's going to the African Cup of Nations? The answer is no, meaning that he knows the repercussions of what he's gone ahead to do, and maybe his era at Liverpool has gone to end in a very bad way. For a player who is really given a lot to this club, I don't think that he is really deserving this. After what I've done for the club, it really hurts. You can imagine really. I know the club too well. I have been here many years. Tomorrow, Jamie Carragher is going to go for me again and again, and that's fine. But this is where I feel like Salah is being very selfish about himself. Jamie Carragher has showered him with praises. He has given him his flowers every time Salah has been shining. And that's what the game of football is all about. The game of football is reactionary. That is it. Let no one lie to you that the game of football is not reactionary. I'm not going to come here and really say you've gone ahead to perform very well when you haven't. You understand? If you're performing well, the superlatives will obviously come at you. If you're not performing well, obviously they'll throw those disses at you and they'll go at you in a very bad way altogether. So all I want Salah to understand is that those are the rules of the game, you know? He has to understand the duels, you understand? And that's what the game of football is all about. Perform well, you get the praises. Perform badly, they'll hit at you in there. So Salah has to understand that. He added and said, I've been at this club scoring more than anyone in this generation since I came to the Premier League. If I'm somewhere else, everybody would go to the media and defend the player. I am the only one in this situation. Obviously, Salah feels left out. Something that I don't believe it is. He's not left out, but he has that self-entitlement that even when I'm performing badly, I'm supposed to be protected. For me, where I'll go at onslaught where he has gone ahead to do wrong is here. At least give him some minutes off the bench. But him not giving him minutes off the bench is a clear indication that Salah and the manager have fallen out, because Salah's been having bad performances and the manager has been playing him 90 minutes. And people have been complaining that, why do you play Salah all those minutes? Now, benching him for me is not a problem, but not even offering him a second to kick a ball in a game of Liverpool, to me, that is really very bad, you know? So, onslaught, please. I understand you are a disciplinarian, but certain things you have to really understand who you're dealing with. I've gone ahead to see people relating this situation to Cristiano Ronaldo versus Erik ten Hag, but to me, I don't think that it's the same. Ronaldo was a club legend, and is still, but for the first time when he left in 2009, I think he left really well, and he was given his flowers. We all admit and we all agree onto that note. So, but the second time he comes in through, the narrative had already changed. You understand? And Erik ten Hag had requests. He wanted from Ronaldo to do like pressing, do this and this and this, and Ronaldo couldn't meet them. You understand? So that's why the manager was like, please, it's high time. You went ahead to obviously leave, you know, and they fell out with the manager in there for you. So all I want to let you know is simple. The club of Liverpool, I think, is going to sell Mohamed Salah. That is it. They are going to sell him. They are going to sell him, because if you keep Mohamed Salah when he has come out and obviously spoken this, you are really trimming off the wings of the manager, and you are empowering what we call player power at the club. So with the manager who won them the Premier League last season, I think Salah is in the past, and there is nothing Mo Salah is going to do for the side of Liverpool. Let's all admit. They are going to choose Arne over Mohamed Salah. But Arne would have gone ahead to put himself onto a line. If he doesn't transform this side of Liverpool perform very well, he will also get sacked, as they will be like, you'll sacked Salah, and obviously you are not really performing very well, and this is why we are really going at you, and we obviously gonna be doing the what is it called? It's called the unpreventable in there. So Salah went ahead and obviously included even Harry Kane. In his submission, he said, can I give an example? It's silly, but I'm sorry. I remember a while ago, Harry Kane was not scoring for 10 games. The media were like, oh, Harry Kane will score for sure. When it comes to Mo Salah, everyone is like, he needs to be on the bench. I'm sorry, Harry Kane. Now, all he needs to know is that the English players are protected in the Premier League. That is it, you know? I've seen people slate Anthony, but when you look at the stats of Anthony, they're really better than the stats of Jadon Sancho at Manchester United. How many times have you gone ahead to say the English media go at Jadon Sancho? The same thing with Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish, to me, was a flop at Man City, and he never at any one point really reached the levels of a £100 million player. How many journalists have gone ahead, obviously, go hard at him? I will tell you, nobody. You understand? So, this is a written script. It's known that English players are always protected by the English media. That is it. So, that is it for the side known as Mohamed Salah. But I think they've fallen apart. Salah has fallen apart with Liverpool, and nothing is obviously gonna come, to their to a common ground, because if it's to stay, an apology has to be issued, something that I believe Salah is not really ready to, because Liverpool is ready to start a new chapter without Mohamed Salah, and I think Salah should understand that he should also start a new chapter away from Liverpool. And this interview he really put out is obviously very important, and it shows you that him and his agent and his family had agreed on it, that it's high time we left this club of Liverpool, because very many clubs are really interested in signing Salah. I know Real Madrid can sign him, PSG can, and very many others will obviously go for Mohamed Salah. And I don't think that he's not ready to go to the Saudi Pro League. He still wants to play in the Premier League. Lastly said, Liverpool, I'll always love this club. My kids always support. I love this club. I'll always do. Obviously, he was giving his farewells to the club of Liverpool. And I think his last game is going to be this weekend at Anfield, and he's going to be heading for Egypt to play in the African Cup of Nations. And what will transpire after, we will obviously bring you those stories here onto what we call the Rokani Media Football. So Salah goes bare knuckles with onslaught. Obviously, he has fallen apart with Liverpool, and I see point of no return, because egos have obviously met. Onslaught is an egoistic manager. Salah, an egoistic player. Only 3 games, he's like, I'm Mohamed Salah, I'm supposed to be on the pitch. You understand? So we wait and see how things pan out for the side of Liverpool, but I know Salah is obviously going to be sold. So you can go into the comment section and let me know what your thoughts are about this. Salah coming out or lashing at onslaught. What do you think this will end in about? Who will win the battle? Will Salah be kept and protected by the club, or onslaught will win the race by staying here, or onslaught will obviously lose his job? Rokani David is my name. Enjoy your Sunday, and that's the first story of the day. Liverpool is in tatters as Salah goes ahead to really slate his manager.